box. I wonder if there's anybody that he can find to lament the fact that teenagers are super sexy with him.
Okay.
Why
Yeah,
are you
here,
hanging
yeah.
out with children?
Well, they're hotter.
Based. Let's fucking go. That's why we love him. That's why we love this guy.
So here's Destiny. This was an old clip, if you can't tell. Nick Fuentes doesn't look like he's completely dead inside yet. Melina is there. And there's even Zerka. I don't know if Zerka is like actually a part of. Is that Zerka, right? He's like a Muslim pedophile too. Every time I mention, by the way, that Zerka is a Muslim pedophile, I get brown people with Groiper images in their profile picture, and I would rape for Nick Fuentes in their description, angrily correcting me that he's not a Turk, he's Albanian. Literally correcting me. He's Albanian, not a Turk. And then he's not a Muslim, he's a reformed Christian. And then he's not a pedophile. It was just a joke when he talked about raping kids. I'm like, okay. So here we have this nice Sneeko. Isn't Sneeko also sus? I don't know, I can't tell these brown people apart. Sneeko also is like a brown pedophile with Nick Fuentes, right? I don't know. They all look the same to me. Yes, he is. Okay, I could just look. I can just. There's a brown person with Nick Fuentes. Let me just throw this dart. Pachoom. Oh, 10 points. Bullseye. Okay, great. Just rack him up for me. Not that hard. So Destiny is in a kerfuffle. I was a little bit hesitant to verify this, but I feel like it is verified now. There had been speculation for quite a while that what is it? That Rose was when the leaks of Destiny came out and all the nude stuff got posted. There was a lot of speculation that one of the girls he was talking to named Rose was underage because she looked underage. And this led to people calling him a pedophile. And for the record, I object to calling people pedophiles that are like, unless they're like after kids, but a lot of people went after him, called him a pedophile, said that she looked really young. And there was no hard evidence of this whatsoever. I think Rose might have filed a police report. I can't remember if that was Rose. I think Rose did file a police report for the revenge pornography because it was like a crime in her state or something. But it was just speculation for a long while. Then somebody did the research and found out her name, and found out for sure her actual birthday. They found out that she was definitely underage in October 2021, where she was talking to him. She was 17.4 years old. So we're getting to Detective Stabler territory where, you sick bastard, she was 17 years, 11 months, 30 days old. How could you? The real gross thing is just the age difference. How old is Destiny? He's like almost 40, right? So she's like properly half his fucking age. That in and of itself is gross. However, the fact that she was 17 years, 11 months, 30 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds old when they sexted is a big deal for him, potentially because it's a crime. It's not just a state crime, it is a federal crime. In Florida, where Destiny resided, the Romeo and Juliet laws for Florida are 16 to 24. It's like a specific age under your current age. It's like, it's worded stupid. It's like a number of years under your age, a minimum of 16. So the practical deference of this is that it goes down to 16 at 24 and 17 at 25. That's the Romeo and Juliet. Destiny's older than that. So in Florida, it's a crime. However, they didn't actually have sex. They never met up. She had a boyfriend that was pimping her out. She was underage and she had a not safe for work Twitter account, but she had no not safe for work accounts on any platform that does age verifications, only Twitter. And that's where they got into contact before they moved to Discord. The suspicion is that her boyfriend was pimping her out and Destiny was trying to solicit her to come to Florida. I think it was the beard man, Sean. He had posted about the litany of crimes that he might have committed by doing this, even unknowingly. In particular, these crimes are generally strict liability laws, which means that you could even be truthful in saying, I didn't know that she was 17 years, 11 months old. But strict liability means that you did it. It doesn't matter if you had knowledge of the crime. You did it, and that's a crime. So there are several problems here. He sent her nude images of himself. So sending pornography to a minor, having a sexually explicit conversation with a minor across interstate lines is a crime. He received nude images of her, presumably at his request, which would be receiving child pornography and over interstate lines, and also perhaps production of child pornography because he was requesting that she do things for him. So that could be considered production. The other issue is that he sent her Melina's nudes, so that is sending pornography to a minor over state lines. That's a different crime. And then I think he requests. She also sent him unrelated porn, and that might be its own thing, but that I'm not sure about. And then the big one is, and this is one that a lot of people should be familiar with, is the solicitation of sex from a minor over interstate lines, because that is one of the things that people have levied against Sam Hyde for trying to get Markey to travel across state lines and actually getting her to travel across state lines to have sex with him. So that is its own felony, and that's not a state crime. That's a federal issue because it's across states. So the question then is, and I'm putting aside moral faggotry, because the moral fag take is that the age, when it comes to like 17, 18, like 17, 16 is like legal in almost the entire world. So let's set that aside. The really gross thing is that he's an old man going after as young as he can possibly fucking get. I have no doubt in my mind that if Destiny had the ability to legally have sex with a 13-year-old, he would probably have sex with a 13-year-old. There's no indication whatsoever that he would object to this if it were legal. But he tries to obey the law, so he tries to get as young as possible without getting into trouble. I believe that. So let's just set that aside. Moral faggotry aside. And my position about, just in case you don't know, my rule is from like a movie, it's like a joke, but it's your age divided by 2 plus 7. I can think of no instance where this is wrong. It like even applies if you're like a teenager yourself. It works pretty well. If you just listen to this rule, his life would be so much easier, chat. If he's 40, nobody would bat an eye at him dating a 27-year-old. There would be no issues. Nobody would give a fuck, ever. He could have threesomes and polycules with all the 27-year-olds in the fucking world that he wants to, 100 a day. Nobody would ever fucking care. He would never be able to say, like, oh, he's a degenerate or whatever the fuck. Nobody gives a shit. But he wants 18. And that's only because that's what's legal, basically. So, the issue then, outside of moral implications, is what the government wants to do. Because if this is true, and it might be true, I think it is true based off what I've seen. And she also deleted her social media, her real life social media, not her like prostitute stuff, when this got found out. So that seems like it is true, and she's trying to hide it too late. My thought is there anybody in the government enough, or who hates Destiny enough, to cause issues for him? And there might be. Because Hassan Piker, by the way, very funny story. Hassan Piker refuses to acknowledge that the Kiwi Farms existed. So what happened is, as soon as this broke, and this was posted on the Kiwi Farms first, as soon as this broke, people screen capped all the evidence, posted it to Twitter, and then Hassan read like, oh man, Twitter users found this. And it was the same thing with our drama. People directly linked to ourdrama.net all the stuff about Jannies having their fiefdoms taken, and then Twitter users screen capped all the logs and posted them to Twitter, and like, oh my god, the Jannies leaked this on Twitter. So they just like cropped that shit out. But literally within an hour of this being on the Kiwi Farms, they had laundered it onto Twitter, and then Hassan was able to read it and address it without mentioning the forum. So you're welcome, Hassan. Feel free to donate. My XMR address is in the supporting the forum thread. But Hassan's really big. Presumably there may be somebody sympathetic to him somewhere in the government that might go after Destiny on his behalf. It's up to them what they want to do. And I think that the entire reason why this even leaked out, by the way, is that Destiny had said something stupid that gave the people on the forum the information they needed to confirm this. And they did. So literally him taunting people on the Kiwi Farms and saying they were bad at doxing is why her identity was leaked. And now he's implicated in a slew of different possible federal crimes. So good for him, I guess. Don't taunt 1,000 people who really fucking hate you, because one of them might fuck you up a bit. Um, and this is what. Remember a few months ago when Destiny posted in the DGG chat, which is his live stream chat on like his website, a few pictures of Rose and taunted us over our investigation abilities. She went to Rock Valley College if they want more go on. It's funny because they think I'm hiding stuff about Rose since she's underage. The only reason I haven't actually mentioned much about her is because I know it makes those retards dig harder. Also, one more pic. I'm not sure if this in this one either. You can tell. Okay, good luck. Good luck, smiley face. Also, I never said that pic posted was of me. It's a pic they sent from their school. Supposedly, they were working on an associate's in neurology. KF's ability to investigate anything is super pathetic. I thought it was some crazy investigator shit, but now I realize it was just no life obsessively stalking all my social media that allowed someone to do it. Easy to do when you live on permanent disability. So, by the way, when he posted this, it was in December of 2024, with links to the pictures of Rose that he was sharing. So this was going on immediately after the leaks. So immediately after the leaks were out, he got big puffed out chests and said, "You can't find shit on Rose. It's all over the board. It's all legit anyways. Go fuck yourself, Kiwi fags." And yeah, she was 17 apparently. So we'll see how that works out for him. I wish nothing but the best for our boy Destiny there. So this is, I think, a leak that was sent to this guy. Oh, this was the original correspondence with Destiny to Rose, I think. "You're hot as fuck, but 18, what the fuck? Also, 1 day old account. Oh, well, I mean, I'm flattered if you wanted to. Yeah, sure. Probably 1 year an ID. So I know you're at least 18, but I understand if that's too much info you'd be comfortable showing. Yeah, that's fine. Just writing something on a piece of paper is more than enough. Yeah, yeah." So he's like trying to get her. She's like, "Well, you look really young, but I don't need to see ID. Just like prove that the tits are yours, and then we can go from there." So this is the anonymous email. It says, "I'm not Solo," which is the person that leaked the original leaks. "A friend of mine is employed by Destiny. Destiny, the retard, started a server of approximately 10 people with the purpose of finding Rose. You're correct in that they failed." So even he didn't know. Even he didn't know where she's from or who she was. And he dared us to find her for him, I guess because he thought that would benefit him in some way. In his genius 197 IQ mind, he probably was like 100% over convinced that she was over the age of 18 when they chatted. And he thought if he doxed her, he could prove that she wasn't underage and dispel those silly Kiwi fag rumors. But that's not what happened. He has shared the attached image with the server, as well as sharing videos of her having sex with older men and other not safe for work with the purpose of identifying her, identifying the hotel, etc. She was 17. Okay, so not only was he receiving child pornography, he was sending it out. He was sharing it with 10 people over Discord and distributing it. She was 17. The majority of the porn she had shared with the server. Other members of the server had to tell him that if he's going to continue sending photos and videos of her, to please blur the genitals because they don't want to get in trouble if it turns out she was underage. I don't know how damning the screenshot will be. I don't use Twitter. Therefore, I'm unaware of why her side of the DMs are missing or why his own information was at the top of the DM as opposed to hers. Best guess is if an account was deactivated and you revisit your DM thread with them, that's how it appears. Those features of the screenshot made me initially question the credibility of it, but I don't believe my friend would lie, as they are completely indoctrinated by Destiny, and I have no reason to believe that they would try and sabotage him. Close to the bottom of the screenshot, it's partially obscured, but he says, "Ahaha, okay, I believe you." She declined to show proof of age to Destiny, enthusiastically accepted that. The only verification she gave him was proof that she's not a catfish by writing her name and a date on a piece of paper and taking a picture with it. If someone looks like a minor and declares to verify their age after being asked, an adult with functioning moral integrity or even an ounce of self-preservation would cease communication. I imagine it's hard for Destiny to enact any kind of self-preservation instinct with his dick in his hand, but these are the fruits of that shit. By the way, speaking of self-preservation and moral integrity and just general intelligence, Destiny got in trouble with the court immediately after that because the plaintiff in the Jane Doe case, which is Pixie, filed for a motion. So the plaintiff, Pixie, is asking the court to basically take their proposed motion and submit it. And because what happened is that certain things in this case, because of the nature of it, are sealed. And Destiny has been reading sealed documents on his live streams, and he thinks that he's being 10,000 IQ because he's not mentioning certain things and he's trying to work around it. But now he's going to have to answer to the court why he's reading sealed documents on live stream. So we'll see how that works out for him. That's also 10 million IQ.
Thank you for watching this clip by Colonel J. This is the King of Bold here. Remember to like and subscribe. Juice!